is Sunday, September 22nd, and we got quite a bit of stuff going on. They are picking cotton on the Haynes place. Tina's is custom harvesting for another farmer. I'm custom cutting for another farmer. So we are all spread out doing, everybody does their own thing. So a little bit of chaos going on. But we got rain coming again, so anyway, Christian is busy picking the cotton over here. He's still back over there, but he'll probably get to this late today. Of course, this cotton definitely can't take another big rain. We are already losing a bunch because they are so fragile. As soon as the picker comes through, it just shakes that plant and the stuff drops to the ground. So we are getting what we can get. Yield looks pretty good. Was around 1,500 pounds to the acre, so pretty good. We'll take that. So I'm gonna hand y'all over to Christian for a day and hopefully make y'all some good videos, so y'all can see how the cotton part of the farm works, because I don't have a lot to do with it. So anyway, I'm hand y'all over to him. So here y'all can see how it's picking dirty. There's nothing you can do about it. Look at all the stuff on the ground. Good morning, guys. We're making progress over here at the Haynes place. It's gonna be the last day of picking over here with the cotton, and then we're gonna move on to Clarksdale, and we got about I think it's 900 acres. I can't remember what I said last night. But I know it's somewhere around there. It's been a pretty good night last night. I'm sorry, the battery on this thing went dead, so I couldn't record until the end. But I have picked about 100 acres yesterday, which is good. Just this time of year to get 100 acres is pretty good. You usually get with one picker, usually around 70, 75, maybe 80, but I had good fields yesterday where I could get the acres, so we're gonna go back in there now. It's 9:30. I'm just gonna field the cotton first before I just go in there, but we're gonna get that knocked out, and this field is 84 acres. I picked 40 something acres today, so last night, not today. So yeah, it's going. Everything is ready on the picker. I put water in there, greased up, filled up, wrapped up, back in there, so we're ready to roll. I'm gonna go to the field and see what the cotton looks like. All right, folks, we're lacking about 20 acres in this field that we're in right now, and then I got like 10 acres and a little bitty field next to on the other side of the highway, and then we're done at Hank's place with the cotton. But as y'all can see, this variety picks a lot cleaner
than the one we had over there at the pivot. I love this variety. This Stone Bull 4595. It's a monster. This is dry land, and I mean, there's barely anything on the ground. There's barely anything on the stalk. So I mean, this variety is just, it has always done good for us, and so that's why we try to stay with it on a lot of acres if we can, just because it has delivered, you know, good yields. You know, the gen turnout is pretty good, so it's a money maker. I know folks down in Georgia call this the hurricane cotton, just because they get all the hurricanes over there, and they're I guess stuff just works a little different over there. But anyway, we're making progress, and dropped something for Louis over there. He's been pretty busy, I'm gonna say that. But yeah, we got just this little field left here, and then one just on the other side of the trees on the other side of the highway, and then we got the Haynes place done, and then I got big fields, long runs, a lot of picking going to happen once I get over there. So anyway, moisture 9.3, pretty good. One thing I did notice about this variety is that it has a lot less hard lock on the top than the other variety, the Delta Pine that we had. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why it's picking so clean, is because we got a lot more completely open bowls on the top to pick, instead of just grabbing it a little bit and it's not feeding on the spindle the way it should. That's why the other stuff is picking so dirty. And then it goes from the front drum to the back drum, just stepping down, because it cannot pick it out of a lock, and that's why it drops that stuff on the ground. So it's a lot of stuff that can be the reason for the picker not wanting to pick it clean, if your picker is set right. So I do have some type of thing going on here. It's this right here, the PSI of the water. I have no clue why it's doing that fluctuating thing. I've talked to a guy, actually, Troy Smith from Australia, and he's been working with these things way longer than I did, or I have so far. So we can't figure out why it's doing that. The regulator's been replaced. The little what you call it? Man. I can't believe I forgot it. But the only thing I have not replaced yet is the sensor, the pressure sensor, and it's $455 for a little bit of sensor like that. So I got out, I went to check and see if my water is actually fluctuating like that down there at the heads, and it is not. So, which tells me that whatever I set it in here in the cab, that is my actual pressure out there. Since it's not fluctuating, when I take that little spray tip out, it's just a solid, you know, constant water coming out of there, and it's not fluctuating at all. Like I said, like this gauge, well, whatever this thing is called in here. But that's why I set it at what I think it needs to be on, and that thing right now, I try to not even look at it, but filters are clean. Everything that is checking out, except I have not replaced the pressure sensor yet, so that is probably what it is. But I might just have to, you know, bite a rock and go get that thing at John Deere and see if it changes the problem. But I need to try and figure out how to test it first, because $455 from an electronic component or whatever, you know, if it don't change the reading up here and it still does the same thing, I cannot take that part back since it's electronic parts. So far it's doing what it's supposed to do on the outside, just not showing me that it's doing what it's supposed to do on the inside, but I know for a fact it's working perfectly outside. So I just set it down here on my screen, what I think it needs to be, and then we roll on. So y'all stay tuned. It's probably gonna be around 3 o'clock this afternoon when I'll be done. It's 12:25 now, so I think it's doable. So we'll get it done and move on to the big acres.
Well, good morning guys. Today is October 1st. It's Tuesday, and we are back down here at Dennis. We're gonna rip some ground up over here. Louis is coming. He's down the road, bringing the other tractor as well. It's been a while since I made a video. Christian made a little video about cotton picking, but I don't know if he explained everything well to y'all. Well, I'm gonna try and see if I can make another one. Anyway, so we've been cutting some soybeans for the neighbor. Had about 400 acres we had to help him out with, so we got that done, and we're officially done with harvesting on us and on neighbors. But if somebody else needs help, we'll probably go help him. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some ripping done over here at Dennis. Me and Louis have been ripping. We ripped a couple hours the other day, knocked a couple fields out, some dry land. But yeah, so Louis is gonna run the 11 shank, I'm gonna run the 9 shank, and we should be able to knock some acres out. Hopefully we don't break a bunch of stuff or have any problems. Should all go well. So we're planning on ripping this 110 acres right here, then the little bitty 5 acre field I land formed, and a piece of field 1. We're gonna try and rip. But this 110 acres gonna keep us busy quite a while. It doesn't really pull hard because this is where I fold. It's a little compacted, but it's not as much. We'll see when we get down there where I actually cut a whole lot. But as rippers, it's losing his head up. Some places I have to go slow because it'll pick it up so much that it starts to choke up. But anyway, we had a couple of rains on this already and I don't see any water standing, so I guess my dirt moving wasn't too bad. Even though I didn't really have a design, I surveyed it and told it which way I wanted to fall, and we made it fall that way. And so far so good. We'll see when we pull beds up. I am waiting on a guy to come survey a couple other more fields, and then you actually make me a design. Charges $14 an acre, which is not too bad. And then I can do my own land forming. He will print me a map out, give me the you will give me the map. He'll give me the stuff I need to put in my computer, and he'll put a couple flags down on the field where I need to zero out and whatnot, and then we are ready to go. So we're waiting on that guy, but for now we're gonna get some ripping done. Plenty of moisture. Yes, I've done that 5-acre field. I'm here in the field with Louis. We're doing this field 1, the sandy part. It's pulling real good. I don't think we have a huge problem of compaction. I did chisel plow this field last year, and I wasn't scared of putting a chisel plow on the ground, so yeah, it was pretty loose. But we're gonna rub the sand since the cotton didn't look real good back here, but hopefully this ripper is gonna help a little bit. Well, I broke my first bolt for the day. Go right through there. But I don't have it with me in the tractor, so we just leave it in the truck. We got 2 spare shanks and a bunch of brake bolts. We got some spare for the back. We got some if we lose one of these and we lose the rope pin. We just brought bolts, so stick one of those in there. Sorry name for a hammer disease. maybe not quite. Okay, we got it fixed up. Now these bolts that I have, it is not brake bolts or shear bolts as we call it. This is just normal bolts that we use on the farm. I haven't had time to go and get actual shear bolts, which would be I think a 8.8 or a 10.8 grade. So these are not as hard as a shear bolt, it's a little weaker, so it's gonna shear way easier. But on the other hand, it's fine with me because that way I can save like the bottom shank, the sweep. Let's call it a sweep if we need to. So it'll much easier break the bolt instead of the sweep. So points, that's the word that I'm trying to get to, but my English is not working very well today. Because I don't want to break my points off, so I'd rather have the bolt shear than break my points. So anyway, but I did dig down, there's something in that dirt. I'm not sure what it is. I did try to get it out one of the other shanks and it pulls it down, so I'm not gonna mess with that no more. I don't want to break more bolts. And we just started this big ass field over here and we're trying to go with the bed, so we're trying to figure the spacing out because Louis rubbed 6 beds and I only rubbed 4, so we need to figure the spacing out on the GPS. But looks like we might have to shift over every pass just to make it work. And so the reason we go with the base and I don't pull the Kelly is because we want to see if we can save a Kelly diamond trip and then rub and then have to pull the cultivator again after the rubbers and then row up. So trying to eliminate in one pass, see if it'll work out. That's why I try to go with the beds, because we can't go across the beds. It doesn't work too well on a 3-point implement because the tractor goes up and down across the beds, so the heat's supposed to follow the tractor, but usually it's too slow. It'll dig down and come up, dig down and come up, so it's just kind of a mess to go with beds. But I think we might have something figured out here. We are still going pretty strong. I think I've got in this field, I got 40 acres done. Louis is probably going to be in the same range. We're going to do about 110 out of the 150. So yeah, we'll probably run to 9 tonight. I don't think we'll finish, but it'll be before lunch. I think tomorrow we'll be done with it. So we are running about that deep. Little, I would say probably 12 to 14 inches deep. More or less. Gonna be in that range. I haven't break another shear bolt. Not yet. So that's pretty good. Seems like Louis' hard facing is holding up pretty good. So is the mosquitoes out there. So this, it's not really sand, but got some clay in it too. Quite a bit of moisture. Let's get back at it. Alright, so we are about to finish up this big field down here at Dennis, and then I'm gonna move back to the Haynes place. We're trimming the ends now. We leave a little gap over there for the duck hunters. Because they will not get into this field with a Can-Am or anything after we're done ripping it. So we leave them a little trail to where they can get around and do their stupid duck hunting. But yeah, this is a heavy buckshot. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing of disking or ripping it, but this field has so many kinds of dirt in between it, so we just ripped the whole thing. It's next year's problem when we need to plant. I'm gonna knock this out and get onto the Haynes place and start ripping on some of those fields. Alright guys, so we made it to the Haynes place. We're gonna start here back on 17, which is a little sandier. What I do now is I'm banding about maybe 2 widths of rubber pass inside a water furrow, because those V-rippers, when you pick it up out of the ground, they tend to take dirt with them, so they like to dig holes. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna see if it'll work. Is to rub the ends first, and then we can pick up once we get into the end and lay it down when we get into the ends. So because I don't want to, when I pick up, put a bunch of dirt in my water furrows, because then I need to come and clean the tail ditches with a dirt pan and stuff, and I don't have time for that. So we're just gonna try this and see if it works. Got plenty of moisture though, but I think just ripping this field is gonna help quite a bit next year, because water tends to run off this field. When we water, the water will be out in a couple of hours. So maybe if we can get it loosened up, we might hold some more water. And then there's dry land right here. I'm not gonna rub that now because we might get it landform, we might not. I don't know what boss's plans are, but I'm not gonna rip it now, and then they decide they're gonna landform it and we wasted fuel. So we're gonna leave it out for now until we have a clear answer of what we're gonna do. All that I know is this there's ground gonna be loose next year. That's for sure. Because we are loosening everything up, not just on the beds. We are on top of the beds and in between the rows. That's why we shifted the shanks 19 inches. So but it's looking good. We can easily do 100 acres a day with both rubbers if we don't have any problems. Because we did down at Dennis, we probably did 135 acres between yesterday and this morning. We're probably busy this morning for an hour or 2 hours. So yeah, we can really rub some stuff up. Alright, so we're in this field 90 now, and abandoned on that corner. I went into the field a little bit because it's heavy buckshot and I don't really want to rip that corner. But that's basically the only grass, the only field that has a bunch of grass in it that came up after harvest. Like some places it's very thick. So I guess this will be one of the first fields we cultivate or Kelly Diamond to row up to knock this grass out. That up there is soybeans that my combine spit out. So Ripper's doing a good job. I didn't think they'll go through this grass this easy, but yeah, we'll have to come and knock these fields out. Get them ready for roll up. Make a good cover crop, but a cold and a freeze will definitely kill it. I'm not sure what is the cause of all this grass in this field, but anyhow, looks like Louis is about to join in on this field. We're gonna knock this out. We'll probably go to 8:30 or 9 again tonight. So in the part of the field now where the grass is like basically solid from the bottom to the top. We got a couple bare spots in here. We'll see tonight who's gonna win the light challenge. I think Louis is gonna lose again because of that tinted windows. It probably looks way darker inside of that tractor than it actually is. Come on, Louis, switch on your light. Let's see if I can make him lose. I'm gonna cut mine on and off. No. Didn't took the bait. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, we won this one. Just as I put a camera down, his lights went on. We won twice in a row. With that said, guys, I'm gonna end this video here. I see my memory on my camera is about full, so I need to probably get some of these videos off and get it edited and get it out to you all. So we're gonna end this here. We'll probably be back tomorrow and keep on ripping for a few more days. I think we might actually finish this field tonight or get pretty close. By the time it's at 9, it's 7 now. So anyhow, appreciate you all watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video with your friends. We will catch you on the next one.